Hello, my technical drawing and design class. We are on the Georgian house project assignment number 11, dimensions. Now, dimensions is one of the easier things that you're going to do in AutoCAD, assuming that you set your file up correctly. You have all of your walls where you want them, things of that nature. So now what we're going to do is we're going to set the dimensions up. And I realize there are a lot of instructions here. Some of it I made more spacing in between, but the reality is most of the work is just in setting the dimension up. Once you have that, we are going to run super fast with this. So go through this, take a look at the first page. It's got some good information for you to look at. Now, let's go ahead and set our text style. That's the first thing we have to do is set the style up first. So we should have already done this with our text area, which is going to be neat because we will then be able to grab that text. But we do need to set our units up. So I'm going to type in here units. Yes, there it is. Architectural. I'm going to change my precision to 1/32 though, and say OK. There we go. And now we're going to jump over here to our layer. We want this to be our dimensions layer, so we work on the right layer. Our color is by layer. Everything here is by layer. Very good. All right. So now that we have our text style, let's go ahead and start setting the dimension style. So I'm going to come over here to annotate. We're in the dimensions area. I am going to grab the pull down here. Actually, I'm going to grab this pull down, sorry. And no, I was right before. I'm going to manage dimension styles right here. So this is where we get to set up our dimensions. Again, dimensions, right where it said standard here in the drop down, I went ahead and grabbed the dimension style manager. Create new, and I am going to call this one architectural 48. So ARCHITECTURAL, architectural. And we're going to start with the standard, which is fine. And this is going to be used for all dimensions. So I'm going to say continue. And now we get to start editing this thing. And we're going to start right over here with the lines. And again, this is why this document is so large, is because I'm going through every single part of this thing and how to set your dimensioning up correctly. So the first thing we need to do is start with our lines. It says our dimension lines, we're going to change our color. Instead of by block, we want this by layer. Our line weight and line type will be by block. Our extend beyond, we're going to come back to this, so don't worry about that at the moment. Our baseline spacing right here, just going to double click on that. We're going to make this 3/8 of an inch. Very good. 3/8 of an inch. Next page. Our extension lines, color will be by layer. You can see things changing around here as I change them. Line weight is by block right here, so we're by block. Very good. Extend lines beyond. This will be right here. I'm going to change this to 1/16 inch. You can see the lines kind of changed up here, became shorter. And my offset from origin is 1/16, which is what I want. Arrowheads, next tab over. We are going to change these from closed fill to architectural tick. And change both of them. Very good. First and second arrow size right in here. We're going to change this to 1/16 of an inch. Very good. Dimension lines. Let's see here. I have that. Dimension break. Oh, right here. Dimensions lines. So we need to come back to the lines one. That's what it was. Now we can actually put something in here. Extend beyond ticks. And we're changing this one here to 1/16 now. right, now we can come back over here to our text. This will be next. Our text style, since we already started our set our style up before, we can just grab architectural. Our color, we're going to change this to green. Our height, we're going to change this to 330 seconds. Our vertical, change that from center to above. Our horizontal will stay centered. Our offset is going to be 1/32 of an inch. Our alignment, we're going to align with the dimension line. Very good. Our fit, we're going to go with always keep text between lines. There we go. Our placement will be over the dimension line without the leader. And our scale is going to be 48. 48. Makes it a lot bigger for our 1/4 inch plot. Our primary units tab. Our format, we're going to do architectural, just like that. Our precision is 1/16 of an inch, already there. Our fractions will be horizontal. Our measurement scale, we already have that set to 1, so we're good there. Our zero suppression, we'll do 0 feet is on, 0 inches we are turning off. There we go. The alternate units tab and the tolerances, we can leave both of those blank. So we now have everything set up. So I can now say OK here. Architectural is all set up. And once we have it selected, I can come up here and select Set Current. So that is now our current dimensioning style. Alrighty, so at this point, we're ready to go. So I can close this, and we can get into dimensioning. So, really neat thing. We can do horizontal, we can do vertical dimensioning. I'm going to come over here. I like to do this off the Annotate tab because I do have all of my options sitting in here. So I can come with a linear. I do have other options here, but I'm going to go with linear. And at this point, really what I am going to be doing is starting to work right off of this here and just kind of working across. So let's start with this corner here. I'm going to start right from this corner. It's going to ask me from our first corner, right there. And then my second corner, which is being a little line right there. And I'm going to take this a little bit below the front porch. Something like that. Now here's a really neat thing. I can come over here and say continue. It's going to say, hey, let's continue on with this thing, just because I chose continue. So now I'm just going to kind of work my way across. I want the window, and it's putting it all in a line for me. Be next window. Very important that your O snaps are turned on for this, because what that will do is put you right on the endpoints, which is what you want. Let's see here in here. Come across. Come across. There we go. And when I'm done, just press enter, and I have the full line there. That was my first set. Now I'm going to put another set below that. So I'm going to grab a linear. Again, I want to go off this point. Now I want to come all the way over to this point. Bring it a little bit lower. Tell this thing to continue. This is going to here and to the point. I can press enter again. And now linear again. Come off of this point. Over here. Come down again. Continue. To this point. And to that point. Apparently I have something slightly off. All right, enter. And then we're going to go with linear again. I want to come off of, I'm just going to work from my inside out. From this line to this line. It automatically rotated it for me. Let's put you here. I want to continue. Actually, I'm going to get these things out of the way first. Move. Annotate. Continue. Already got that point. That point. Apparently I made my steps too narrow. Wow. Wonder how I did that one. Okay. Enter. And the final dimensioning. Linear. This point. This point. Put it right here. Continue. To the corner of the house. And then to the front of the porch. Press enter. And at this point, it looks like everything is set for me. So I'll go ahead and save this. Save as this one, last name, mentions, and save. And there we go. This file is ready to go. Any questions, please let me know.